No! No! Damn!
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
You can't handle the truth!
That's what she said.
Are you sober now?
No, yeah. I'm never, but I have moments of
You can't handle the truth!
Your trash, kid.
These nuts. Got him! Got him! Ding, ding, ding! What do we have for her, Johnny?
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker.
Yeah, listen. We fucked up.
Teacher asked me how I view lesbian relationships. Apparently 1080p full screen HD wasn't the right answer.
1 hour later.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I got so dizzy right now. I can't even see.
Guys, this is episode number 37.
Hi guys.
Guess who we got back? Wait, our cameras are like way off. We need to focus here. What is happening? This is complete. Let's just let it happen. Who cares? I'm in the dark corner. Why am I in the dark corner?
Oh my god.
What's going on? This is not working.
We're
Guys,
not
we'll
prepared.
be right back to your regular program, tuning messages to your viewer liking subscriptions. Okay, I'm here. Sorry.
It's fine.
I'm not completely in the dark anymore.
Hello, Joshua.
Hello, Haley.
How are you?
You know, I'm good.
Me too.
This is my wonderful, often absent, but always spicy co-host, Haley Chaos, and yours truly, Joshua Ray Farmer. What's up, guys? This is episode number 37. 37, that's so close to 40. That's so cool.
It's almost as old as you.
It's almost as old as me. That's so rad.
That's
How cool.
awesome.
40 is such a good number. Anyway, so guys, thanks for being on here live. Get spicy in the comment section. You already know. I shouldn't have to tell you, but you're going to tell them?
It feels a little
You're going to
light.
tell them. You're just going to say it. I didn't starve her this time. Actually,
it was a little light,
technically,
though.
We got gifts, and Haley is well fed. She's taken care of. But you know what? Look, I didn't drink your coffee on purpose.
I saw you multiple
They look exactly
times.
the same. Okay, they don't look exactly the same. Guys, check it out. We asked questions online. You answered them. This is going to be our Q&A extraordinary as usual. You know what to do. Get in the comments. If you don't get the comments, we'll block you. We will ruin you on all social medias. And we will always do our best, of course, to address you guys in the comment section because we fucking love you guys, man. This is so much more fun with you, not doing it without you.
Yeah.
Right? So let's get spicy.
Music.
Oh, let's do that now. Uno momento.
I like it,
if we keep talking over the music and don't like let it be silent at all, then it's kind of like distracting from it. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's just kill it for a minute, you know?
So yeah, Josh drank my coffee.
That didn't take long. Let's see, how long did that take? That took exactly 2 minutes for you to bring up, like it was on purpose or something.
I literally was like over here, and I turned around. And I'm like, Joshua, it's all right. It's fine. You shared your sushi with me, so it's fine.
Look,
even though I did get my own sushi roll from Birdie Jane, so
I do my best.
I feel loved.
I do my best, but I can't. I'm not perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
There. Now the music is.
I'm glad you admitted it. You know it.
The first step to recovery is admitting it. Actually.
It's true.
So guys, let us know where you're at. Let's know where you're at. Let's know where you're calling from. Long-time listeners, no-time callers, and say hello. So let's get in these comments. Brody Jade's on here.
She made it.
That's right. Ashley, hello. Dad, what's up? What's up? That's pretty cool. I love that. That's so cool.
Hi,
Kim,
Ashley.
hello. Ashley, what's up? Brody
Kim.
Jade says she made it. Kimmy says LOL. You guys not watching from YouTube? Wait a second. Everybody's watching from YouTube.
That's
so cool.
awesome.
Okay, guys, I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to go to YouTube. We're going to YouTube. All of you guys are watching from YouTube now, so you should be used to this. Make sure the audio's on. I didn't even check it. I'm so behind today. Guys, go to YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching this at a later time, either way, these are going to be posted only on YouTube. They're eventually only going to be aired on YouTube. I want to get away from Facebook. Basically, just in case you're wondering, now or in the future, for future watchers, listeners, and observers, YouTube is a video sharing platform and Facebook is not. So putting this kind of content online is much more reasonable to do on YouTube, and it's much more, what's the word? It's more engaging because on Facebook it gets buried. And so we're going to put it on YouTube. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, you should definitely do that now after the live stream, and then go subscribe on YouTube. So that's where this is going to live. I'm going to commit to that. I said it a long time ago, but I kind of gave up. By the way, I have a special little thing. I have a special thing for you guys too, before we get into all of the nuts and bolts of today. And guys, again, if you have questions, ask them here in the comment section. Don't be afraid to do that.
Don't be shy.
Let's see here. Let's get some ASMR going on. This is a perfect moment. It's a perfect moment for Linda. Which one is, I'm trying to find something on my screen here.
What?
Bad tattoos. That's what it is. Okay.
Bad tattoos? We have bad tattoos.
No, I wish we did. I wish we did, but we don't. Look how cute that is. I'm going to play something for you guys. So before I do, I have to introduce somebody. This is Haley Chaos. Okay. Haley Chaos hates scary things. If you've ever watched any of these episodes, you would know she does not like to be scared. She doesn't like scary stuff. She's very much bubbly and fun and outgoing, lighthearted, and she does not like to be scared, right? She doesn't like haunted houses. She doesn't like corn mazes. She doesn't like scary movies. So that being said, here's Haley Chaos today, welcoming an old man who's broke about 104 bones in his body and has plenty of fused joints and ligaments. I don't know if that's actually possible. There's like a foot. There's just like a random foot. I know. Anyway, this is her welcoming an old crippled man. Mikey, you're probably watching this. I'm sure you don't mind me saying that. So here we go.
Is so fucking excited right now. Look at her. Just look at her.
How come it's not playing?
It froze.
Because she loves this scare.
I wonder if it doesn't like it. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Maybe it's too big of a file.
Right now. Look at her.
Oh no! What if it doesn't show it?
It's like
I didn't pre-try
it.
Just look at her. It's like Christmas. She thinks.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reopen it. Let's see if that happens.
Okay.
This is so good because if you guys see this person who doesn't like to be scared and doesn't like to watch scary things,
Haley is so fucking excited right now.
This is not working.
Just look at.
Dang it.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna narrate this for you, and I'm gonna scrub through it so you can see. Here's Haley hiding behind the curtain. The person who doesn't like to be scared, doesn't like scary things, hiding behind the curtain. You see the old man in the background? Damn near pulling up in a wheelchair. You see him limping? Look at his... Wait, hold on. Let's rewind that. Are you ready? You see the way he walks? His ankles are fused together from an accident that he had years ago. Okay? He's lucky to be walking still. So there he is, stilting on over. Just Rumpelstilton. Here comes the door. Just completely unbeknownst to him, there's a Haley Chaos. There's a bit of chaos on the other side of this wall. Okay, if you guys are watching this, here we go. He goes up the door casually. Of course, he pulls it out because he wants to be safe, make sure there's nobody on the other side he's going to hit. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He doesn't want to scare anybody or startle anybody in the shop.
It pisses me off because the door says push. And when I go to scare people, it messes it up. It's fine.
So here we go. Are you ready for this?
It still works.
He opens the door. What sucks is they can't hear this. I wonder if I can play it from here. Did you hear that? You hear that sound? That's this moment right here. Ready? He walks in, happy as shit. Look at this person on the right.
Stop.
Look how happy she is. She looks like she just saw fucking Santa. Guys, you got to understand something right now. I'm really showing you who the truth is about. Hey, this is a bio. Do you see her face right now? And look at this man, just totally casual, just happy as shit. Nipples aren't even hard yet. All right, Mikey's nipples.
They're about to be.
They're about to be. And this is the part you just heard him scream. Look at her. Watch her as she scares the shit out of him and then raises her hands for safety as he collapses into a complete pile of fucking jello. She leans back out of fear of being struck. He throws up his hands because he almost had another heart attack, right? And then all she does is laugh at him for almost falling apart completely. This is the bionic man. And now he's trying so hard to not take it out on her while she takes it fully out on him. Look at her. She's bent over laughing. She can't even handle it. So that's what you just watched right now. Look at her. She's so happy. And watch. Let's rewind just a little. Watch how the. Let's watch here how the attacker clearly does not take her eyes direction off of the victim to make sure that the victim doesn't retaliate. She's moving away safely. As he covers his face, she still has eye contact in his general area to make sure that he doesn't come back and retaliate. And once she realizes she's safe, she goes back to work as he suffers from a little PTSD.
I'm fine. It's fine.
Okay, I'm glad I narrated it.
Yeah, that was great.
If you guys want to see the whole thing, go to Instagram or Facebook, whatever. I posted it on the story. You can see it and in real time, and you can hear how much he yells and how much she just laughs at him. Okay, let's see here. Get in the comments real quick before we go too far. Chantel's listening from the freeway. Be careful. Don't watch. Just listen. Heather, hello. Thanks for being on here. Yes, Kim. She got Mike. Let's see here. Ashley, I don't know if that's because of what I said, but you could see it. Rewatch it. It's 100% lit up like Christmas fucking morning. You thought that Santa was here. Brody, look what she said. Read that.
Hell no. You'd have to like drag me there.
She
there's
says,
there's no way I would
we
go.
are taking her to Hobbs Grove or Universal Horror Nights. Okay, let's go here.
I would shit my pants. For sure.
I think you would just bury your head in somebody's like backpack and just.
I would just be like walking through like, okay, are we going straight?
That makes sense. That does make sense. I need to get closer because he's working
like,
out.
oh, and I went to a scary movie one time with my daughter. I was like, let's go watch a movie and spend like mother-daughter time. And then she likes scary movies, so of course she wanted to see a scary movie. So the whole time I just sat there with my ears plugged because if you don't hear the noises, it's not as scary.
Like
no,
most movies,
I was
are
like,
not that scary.
I could do this. I could do this like this. It's great. But I think if I walked through, I'd be like this. Plug my ears and shade my eyes.
Wow, it's playing twice. That's really weird. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to suffer. I don't know why it's like playing it twice. Hopefully it stops because I'll have to unplug it. That was really weird. This has actually been happening a lot. Anyway, sound effects issues. I haven't had my soundboard and it's killing me. Natalie, what's up? Thanks for being on here.
Hi.
Okay, we are, now that we've exposed who we are and you guys know a little bit more about us, you guys, again, can ask questions in the comment section. We're going to get right into my question today. Okay? We're going to get super Dr. Phil.
What is it?
Do you guys like getting Dr. Phil with us? Just wondering. Wait a second.
I like it.
Wait a second. Hold on. Hold the phone, Cotton. You're real freaking naughty.
Freaking naughty.
Freaking naughty. You guys want to get freaking naughty? Check it out. Last episode. Let's get rid of this. Okay. What the shit? What's going on here? Let's get rid of this. Sorry, guys. There's things on our screens popping up. Rochelle's on here. What's up, sis? Thanks for coming on. Okay. Last episode. What'd you guys think? I just want to know what you guys thought. If you liked it, if we should do it again. I would like it to eventually do it with a co-host, with Haley Chaos. It'd be super fun. I think we got into some really cool, for me, it was enjoyable. I want to know what you guys thought about it. And if Haley missed out and we should do it again, one of these episodes with her. So again, if you guys didn't know, it was the one we talked about robotics, AI, super intelligence, sex and robots, I guess even. And
this is the good stuff.
It was really, really spicy.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. And let me go. If you guys liked it, let me know. We already have Heather saying she loved it. Lenore saying, yes, I do. Of course you do, Lenore. You love everything we do. Thank you for that. And thank you for the food pics. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but she's been sending me food porn.
Oh, I thought you said feet.
No, she said.
I was like,
I definitely did not say feet pics. Why is this still playing in the background? That would suck if it's like playing on their end.
They can hear it.
So she's been sending me food pics for like the last couple of weeks. So thank you for that. Even though I don't get to taste it, it does look wonderful and it brightens up my day. So thank you for that. And then let's see here. Brody's saying it was fun. Natalie, it was awesome and spicy. So cool. I think we should get Haley on that type of episode
I'm up
again.
for awesome and spicy. See, Kimmy heard feet pics too.
Okay,
It
there we go.
wasn't just me.
Jerry Beer, what's up? Thanks for coming on. We were just asking everybody what they thought about last week's episode with the AI talk and the tech talk. So I'd like to do that again. Matter of fact, that sounds kind of cool, doing like a tech talk section.
You know what I would like again? Kimmy's Meatloaf.
Kimmy's Meatloaf. That sounds like the beginning of like a romance novel. Kimmy's Meatloaf. It all started
so
back in
good.
1991. It was really good. Thank you for that, Kimmy. Okay, guys, we're going to get right into the... Did I just see something weird? That was really weird. Did you see that?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's not going to do it
Like-
again. They saw it.
Oh, I saw. Oh,
Did you see that?
yeah.
I have an automatic camera switcher. That's awesome.
Kind of cool.
Okay, it's not supposed to do that, in case you guys are wondering. I'm going to go ahead and read the first question. This was asked, I believe, on Facebook. And let's go into it. What keeps you disciplined? And the reason I ask this is because I like the Dr. Phil moments.
Yeah.
Because Haley
Those
always
are good.
slides in with these really great questions for you guys. And then I'm like, what's your favorite tattoo? And she's like, if you were to do one thing and one thing only for the rest of your life, and it was supposed to be meaningful and you had to pass it on down to the generations, what would it be? And I'm like, God, how did I miss that?
Well, I messed
Anyway.
up. I didn't even get a question today, so you came in clutch.
I mean, you were busy. You were working. And
I know.
I was fucking around.
just slaving
I was
away.
I was getting freaking naughty.
Oh my god.
It's fun to say.
It
I
is.
bet you everybody on the other side of this screen is wondering what's up. It's just from a movie, but I can tell you right now, if every single one of you, just right now, every single one of you, all 23 of you, geez, right now with me, say, freaking naughty. It's for a movie, okay? Just let it happen. Just say, it's real freaking naughty.
You
If
have
y'all
to
do
do
that
like
right now,
the
you're going to be with
scrunch,
us.
too.
You did. Do like
You
a
have to,
freaking
like-
naughty. Ooh,
You
that
have to
looks
get
so
into
gross.
it.
Freaking naughty. Do it with us, guys. Even if it's just in your head, but better out loud. Yes, Landy, it's dodgeball, 100%. I'm glad we're not alone. Ashley, hello, by the way, for being on here.
Hi.
So anyway, that's been kind of the cue for the night. Instead of Brain Cash or 611 Shaw or Linda, if you're listening, this is the moment I have to tell you that if you're out there, I'm thinking about you. Don't forget about me, aka my favorite client ever. All right, so real freaky naughty is our theme for the tonight, apparently. What keeps you disciplined was the question, and the first response is freaking naughty.
It's so good. It never
Samurai, I
gets
hope you're
old.
doing all right. Okay, if you need me, let me know.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
if you have anything you want to say to Samurai, Samurai is in the building, and she is currently tattooing. That's great news. And if you have anything you want to say to her, we will relay the message. She is currently focused, but we will do our best to distract her and maybe give her some shaky lines. Okay. So what keeps you freaking out? What keeps you disciplined? And Heather said, planning, tracking, positive talk. Don't put yourself in tempting situations, and you won't need to use willpower. That's pretty fucking genius. I actually really like that. Yeah, that's really cool. It's funny because you remember what I said about why I wanted to ask this question? Like, what was the kind of what was the thinking behind like today's question? Like, why did I want to ask it? Because a lot of people have like ideas.
Oh, and they just talk. They just say.
It's just talk. It's just words.
Yeah.
Instead of actions, it's just like things they say. Like, I want my life to be better, or I want to get this, or I want to be happier. Or I want to, I'm working on me is the one I hear. I'm working on me, and then the question is always how. And usually people can't answer that. So that's always fun. It's always fun to ask those questions. Brody Jade. So this is for you to relay.
Sam, Brody Jade said, tell her she looked beautiful today. Brody Jade.
She said thank you. If you didn't hear that, she said thank you. Mom said, wow, that's amazing. Welcome back, Sam. Your mom? Yep. So I said, what's up? Your mom. She said, what's up? I don't know if you heard that, but she goes, your mom? Tell her I said, what's up? So that's for you, Mom. Rochelle saying, loving life keeps me motivated in whatever I'm doing. That's cool. That's a good state of mind to have. Yeah. If you can keep that state of mind, that's very good. That's great. Okay, real great. All right, so I actually like this one because she put a lot in there. So again, the question was, what keeps you disciplined? Kind of the reason why I'm asking it is just because I'm always, as a tattoo artist, I'm always sitting obviously long sessions with people. So I ask them these questions to get to know them, but also kill the time. But then I find that I really learn a lot about people. And one thing I notice is most people don't actually live life intentionally. So they seem kind of like asleep on autopilot.
Yeah.
And so if you ask them directed questions, specific directed questions, meaning like, are they intentional about the things they're doing? A lot of times you'll find, and maybe they will too, that they're kind of not. A lot of people often find that they're not intentional.
Yeah.
So when they say, I want to be happy, it's like, how? What are you going to do? Because to do that, you have to do something.
Right.
And they don't know. They just keep talking about more words instead of saying things.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like people say, I just can't sleep. I'm like, well, what are you doing to work on your sleep? And like, well, I try to get to bed at this time. And well, everybody does that. The world shuts down at like 10. So what do you actually do? And what do you maybe need to stop doing? So I call them actionables. I still don't know if that's a word. Maybe someone can look it up. Maybe they already looked it up. Maybe I've asked this before. Actionable. I call them actionables or executionables.
Yeah.
I don't think those are words. If they're not, then they're my words.
All right.
So we're going to get into some of the responses of what keeps you disciplined. And you guys can jump in here too. Also do this. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody as well. Paloma Lee is saying, hello, what's up?
Hello.
Let's see here. Lolly is saying the gym, hiking, and shooting. That's awesome. That's good. That's good. Actually, stuff we actually kind of talked about today. That's really good. Okay, so yeah, you guys jump in here. Heather Porter saying a book, Atomic Habits. That's something we both have read.
Yeah,
You're
that
like,
book.
Oh, that was rough. That was rough.
It does have like great. It gives you like great advice and ideas of like how to build good habits. It is, but it is fucking so boring.
It kind of like rambles on.
It's so repetitive.
It really only. Yeah, there's a book I read called Grit. Like that. She was, I think, like a MIT student or a scientist or something. Genius. Or maybe it was in like behavioral studies. Really smart girl. And it was a book called Grit. And it was a really thick book. And it was just about like grit. And I'm like, okay, well, got it. That could have been a paragraph.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need that to drive it home. For some people needed it.
I literally read 3 books in between reading Atomic Habits. Like I started Atomic Habits first and literally read 3 books in between them because I just like, I couldn't stand reading that book. It literally drove me crazy, and especially like after reading 75 Hard. Well, I got it first, then I got 75 Hard, and then read that, and like Annie Frisella's like pace and tone and everything. It was so good. And then to go to Atomic Habits, I'm like, oh my god, it drove me crazy.
There's books like that I've read too that I'm like, oh, this is rough.
Yeah, and I did get through it because I'm like, I have to finish the fucking book. But like it took me forever. I read 75 Hard, Relentless, and I'm blanking.
Didn't you give the book away?
That one too.
Which one was that?
That one was.
So many good books.
Why am I blanking?
Just so many good books. Guys, help her. She's struggling.
Why is it so
This
hard?
never happens. It's usually me that does happens too. The pressure's real.
Law of Attraction.
Law of Attraction.
Yeah.
So Law of Attraction is interesting, and also The Secret is interesting because I've always like when I was looking into those 2 books, for example, it was just the stuff most of us are aware of today, like the whole like dream it, think it, have a dream board, have a focus, have it written down, like put it out into the universe.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to that, but I think that the biggest puzzle piece missing from that, if you want real results in life and really to make an impact and really go where your potential could lead you or take you, I think is the massive taking action part. And so they do all this dreaming stuff, which is great, but then they forget the actual like taking action. And that's kind of why I asked this, what keeps you disciplined? Yeah. Because what's the things? Like, what are the things? And that's really hard for people to figure out, that I think is super important to be focused on because these aren't conversations most people have.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, try to have them with people, find easily that they probably start talking about other stuff pretty quickly, or at least don't go into too much depth because they're like, oh, I'm ready to bail out of this.
Yeah. Well, me and my girlfriend were talking about this this morning, actually, like kind of because we were talking about like habits we had. Like the first time I did 75 Hard, it was way easier for me. Like it was hard, but this time I've had to restart it. I didn't restart one time the first time I did it because I started over and now I'm doing like the full 75 days again. And I've had to restart this one, only being like a few weeks in 2 times now. And just like little dumb things that have happened, but I'm like, why is it so hard this time? Like the first time it was like I was so much more dedicated, and that's really the answer, is that I'm not like dead set on it. So these little things, like my roommates moved out and it fucked me up because I'm used to leaving at 4:30 for the gym, and then I have my son, so I can't. So I'm like, oh my god,
it really does. Like it's like totally fucks up your whole schedule.
Yeah,
that's really hard. So which just proves how important having a schedule is. And think about people living without that completely. They don't even know. Like you were able to reorient yourself and go, oh my God, it's fucking up my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
People without a schedule don't even know anything that's getting, they don't
Yeah.
even have a point of reference.
Yeah.
There's no North Star for their day
Yeah.
because they don't have the schedule.
Mhm.
Schedule should be your North Star, the thing to
Yeah.
work towards. The reason I so much believe in a schedule is because it sounds like your time's blocked out, therefore so rigid that it's like you live in a prison.
Mhm.
I actually think it's the opposite. I
Mhm.
think the more you're scheduled and disciplined, that's why I like the word discipline.
Yeah.
The more you're disciplined, the more freedoms you have and the ability to go do the things you want
Mhm.
because you're disciplined.
Yeah. Well, your day's just like smoother when you
And
know.
you get way more done.
And that's a harder habit for me. Like I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was saying like, "Oh, you're just like your mama." And she's like, "But not like artistically," because she's like, "I'm not artistic at all." And I was like, "Yeah, but you're the opposite of me. My mom is very like schedule oriented, like very timely, like has to have a schedule itinerary for everything we do. Like we could go to the zoo and she's gonna make an itinerary
Right.
for it. Like, and I'm a very like go with the flow type of person,
Mhm.
you know. So having even like getting on that habit of having a schedule, I've always scheduled like my clients and stuff, but having a schedule for throughout my day to accommodate those clients and what I still have to get done
Right.
during that day was very hard for me to start. But now that I've done it, it makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah, once it becomes a habit, because that's what disciplines are.
Mhm.
At first, you have to use full-on willpower
Mhm.
to develop the habit,
Mhm.
and then eventually, once it becomes a habit,
Yeah.
that means you're now disciplined. In my opinion, that's kind of my
Mhm.
definition of how I experience what discipline is.
Yeah.
Another way to say it too is I still do the things I've promised to myself, whether I feel like it or not.
Mhm.
That's the good way to put it.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like if you were to say what keeps you disciplined, my answers would probably be different than yours, but I think in the end, we're all getting to the same thing.
Yeah.
There's things in which you value in your life that you should be doing.
Mhm.
You know, you sometimes don't do or subpar are doing, and you want to get to doing them better.
Yeah.
And discipline will be the thing to help you to get there. And I think regardless of what everybody's answers are, they'll be unique to themselves, of course, as they
Mhm.
should. That's kind of the way I see it. So let's get to, I got a lot of questions or
Yeah.
responses here. Ashley, I'm going to read this. Some people can't, by the way, I improved on my
proud of you.
reading. Since you've been gone, I've developed. Some people can't think much in depth. They just know what they don't like and need to change, but unsure how or where to start.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it. And that is how you start, is finding out first what you don't like and what you do like. That's how you then start the process of analyzation to where you can take action towards something. And you don't need a plan. You don't need a fucking full blueprint to take action. You just need a direction. You need one direction to get started. And that's where people get hung up a lot.
Well, I think another mistake people make is when they're trying to create a habit or change something, they try to change too much.
Yeah.
And then it gets overwhelming and you like set yourself up for failure. You have to like change one thing first and get that habit down and then create another one.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the hard part for like 75 Hard is it's so many new things to add that you have to get done. It's like changing everything. Like
that is difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not already in this sort of routine of like disrupting, because that's what that is you're disrupting your current.
Well, like my friends know if they call me and are like, do you want to come over? Like my friend Gabby will be like, do you want to come over after work? I'm like, do you want to go on a walk? Because I have to do it outside 45-minute walk.
Yeah.
So if you like to do that, then we can do that. Then I can hang out and bullshit.
That's a good thing though. That is a good thing. You know, my friends, people that I know and friends, I should say, stopped calling me a long time ago, like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
They stopped calling me. And at first I was like, what the fuck? Where's everybody at?
Yeah.
And then I realized, well, I fucking keep telling them no.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come out. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I think I went once in like 5 years. So they just stopped calling, and that's good. So now they get the people they need in their life, and I get the the environment that I need in mine.
Yeah.
Truth. Heather said truth, but gives great framework.
Oh, the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
True. It does give good framework. It's a great book. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually would recommend people 100% read it.
Yeah.
Sometimes books aren't as spicy as others. And I've experienced plenty of books like that. And there was this really dull, boring book I read once called The Gulag Archipelago. It was so hard.
Really?
But so valuable. Once it's done, you're like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta keep reading this. But then you start to realize what you're reading here, and it's an incredible book. It's very hard to read, and it's a very hard book actually, but very worth it. So it makes sense.
Brody Jaden.
Oh, let's go here. Let's get rid of that one. Sorry, Heather, we're skipping. I read a book called Culture Wins, and he repeats himself and states that the reason he does that because if he only said it once, it would be putting it in your mind. So that's the point of a book, is to drive home one idea.
Yeah.
Actually, any book is like there's a book that I want to read called 12 Rules for Life. I've read it online, but I want to read the real book because I've only kind of skimmed through.
Yeah.
Like I'll read each one in different, whichever one's interesting to me at the moment. But that's one idea. There's a certain set of number of rules for life that you could live by that kind of encompass all things.
Yeah.
The book, any book, it's really tailored, unless it's a biography, and even then, is really about one thing. It's this person's journey in life.
Yeah.
That's what a book's about. So if you're going to read 365 pages, or thousands of pages even, of something, it's going to be reiterating it because it may be a new concept to you that you have to drive home. And that's the point of it, is so that you are taking those reps. So that's exactly what it is. And sometimes it gets monotonous.
Right.
And you're exactly right, Brody Jade. That's why books do this. I think some people do it a little. It's going to be books for sure, even though this is kind of off topic, but books are part of how you keep disciplined, I think, and definitely a good discipline to have.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay on track with books because they all so very much appeal to different people for different reasons.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that the message itself is not going to be. It's like speakers.
Yeah.
They're not engaging. You're like, oh, I just can't sit. I don't care what he has to say for hours.
Yeah.
So you got to find things that are definitely up to speed for you. Let's go here. Oh, I don't want to skip that one. So she said, Heather's just agreeing right there with Brody Jades. Let's go here. Heather also said, a schedule has been the only thing keeping me thriving lately, but have also expected that life happens and not to get upset when the day doesn't go as planned, especially with young kids.
Yeah.
That's true, but that's how you stay disciplined, is recognize it doesn't always go your way and you still have something to do and you still stay on track. So I totally agree. Ravi and Sorona, I believe, if that's how I should say it. Super cool fucking picture. Thanks for being on YouTube, guys, and joining us here. If you guys aren't on YouTube, eventually you'll have to get on YouTube and subscribe. Do all the fun stuff, notification bell, thumbs up, comment, all that, because that's where we're going to primarily have this live. If you want to see them in the future, you're going to have to go there if you're on Facebook or anywhere else. Ravi and Sorona. Am I saying that right? Sorana? It's really cool looking names, guys. Sorry if I'm getting it wrong. A strong duo. And then hi. That's awesome. A strong duo. Is that just like their name?
Yeah.
That's awesome. They're saying hi. So what's up? Let us know where you're watching from, if you don't mind, at least generally speaking. You don't have to give us your address. Ours is 601 West Shaw, Clovis, California, 93612. HighSierraTattooCo.com. That's where you can find us. I don't know the phone number by heart yet. Hello again, friend of a friend. I knew you when... okay, I don't know exactly who this is, but awesome. And hello. Thanks for being on here, guys. We always appreciate all of you. I'm going to read all these. So Rochelle says, you have to align yourself with the flow of life, of the life you want. I love the deep stuff. My soul's too old to be shallow. My mother says, my discipline is directly in line with the ones I have made a commitment to. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I like that. Lenore saying, who's the author? And I'm assuming they're talking about Atomic Habits. I forgot the name of the author, but if you look up Atomic Habits, I believe the book is red, isn't it?
The one I have is white.
Is it white with red lettering? Maybe not.
I think it's like gold.
Okay. So if
I could be wrong.
You could look it up. I mean, the author, it's a very popular book. You're not going to mistake it for anything else.
I have it if you want to pick it up from the shelf.
Kristen said 12 Rules for Life. Jordan Peterson, he also has a 3-part series on the Daily Wire on marriage. So good. I haven't seen that, but that sounds interesting for sure. And I like a lot of the things he says. Not necessarily everything, but a lot of them. His brain is very complex, and I enjoy that. So Lenore's from San Jose, California. At least that's where she's viewing. So thanks for being on here. Heather's saying James Clear might be the author for Atomic Habits. So thank you for that. Okay, we're going to get into the next. What keeps you disciplined? Okay, what keeps you disciplined? Ashley's on here saying memories. Remind me of where I don't want to be again. That's what keeps me disciplined. Interesting. So a simple way of putting that is you're remembering things in the past that are negative to you, which means you're using pain as a way to move. You're using pain as a way to move from something, which is very effective. Another way to do that, and I like to do both, is you should have something you're moving away from and something you're moving towards. Because just because you're moving away from something doesn't mean you're necessarily moving forward. And your North Star still might be fucked.
Yeah.
So you should...
like directions.
Yeah. You should still have an ideal to be. Most people do. Most people have an ideal they'd like to be. Again, they just don't always do it consciously. They're not doing it intentionally. So I agree. That's really cool. And I think memories are definitely a tool you can use to catapult you forward away from the things that you know you don't want to be. And then, of course, having the desire to be the things you want. And usually those things are things you admire in others or things other people have accomplished. I don't know if I've told you this or if I said it live, but I call it my magnet and my match. Have I said that to you before? So the magnet is the thing that's so compelling that even when there's barriers and obstacles in the way, because there will be, you'll just get pulled. You'll fall asleep and still get pulled towards this thing. Eventually, everything you do will pull you towards this magnet. Every move you make leads to this thing. And that's your desire. That's the things you admire. That's the things you look up to. Those are the dreams you had as a kid that you look at somebody and go, oh, that's a magnet. And then the match is under your ass. And those are the things you don't want to be. Those are the disappointed people, the people who disappointed you in your life. The things that you saw other people do that hurt them. Those are the matches that make you get the fuck up and go, I'm not doing that shit at all. If you have both and you're clear with clarity and intentionality, you have both, you'll start to realize that you can't not move. In this scenario, you're going to move forward. Now I get that's very oversimplified, but I think if you do the work, you guys can totally get the point.
I like that. It's a good reference, Joshua.
Really is. Thanks, Haley.
Wow, way to kill it.
Way to kill it. She got sushi. She's super happy. This is great. All right. So, and by the way, Brody Jade, longtime listener, no time caller. Thanks for being on here, and thanks for bringing us food so that Haley doesn't yell at me for starving her, which isn't my fault or my responsibility.
Wow.
But thank you for jumping in here and bailing me out. Lenore saying she's from Guadalajara. That's great. What's your address? I don't know how to say that. Jalisco. But she's watching from San Jose. Let's see here.
Say San Jose.
San Jose?
That's
it. San Jose. I didn't mean that disrespectfully, but it's fun to say it that way. San Jose. Brody Jade said second star to the right and straight on till morning. I love that reference. Do you know what that's from? Let's see here. All right. And the next response to what keeps you disciplined is from Andrea Jade Martinez. Spankings. Actually, I don't know if that's, there's a smiley face. There's no wink, but there's a smiley face attached. I actually think it's a good one because there is a huge discipline. There's a huge difference between the discipline, like the disciplinary acts of somebody towards a set of people or a family or something, as opposed to the disciplines you bestow upon yourself. You're obviously not going to spank yourself necessarily.
You're like, no.
Damn it, this is good. Wait, is this a good or bad signal? Is this positive or negative? I'm not sure. I'm getting mixed signals here. I shouldn't do this. We're
just going to be in the shop just randomly
confused.
Here, like...
Haley's going to be pulling her hair out. I'm smacking my own ass. We're like, what's going on here? Nothing gets done. Nothing is getting done. We are the most disciplined people you've ever met. Let's see here. Oh, wow. I'm not reading that. Any of it.
What does it say? I can't read it.
Oh, but Heather, 100%. You're saying, yes, there's the spicy. 100%.
You missed a comment.
What do you mean?
You missed one. They can't see it if you don't read it.
You read it. How about I'll put it up there and you read it?
No, you read it.
Go ahead.
You were being the reader. You're doing so
Look,
great.
Read it.
Just say it.
Help me out here. I'm reading here. Look, I'm not going to read it, but here's what. Here's first.
What if we both read it?
Look, here's
together.
Ashley's.
Spicy. Yes, and then you finish it.
Go ahead. I'm not. Yeah, I would have said yes. How about I'll say yes.
Okay.
Go
okay.
Ahead. Yes.
Daddy. Laughy
yes.
face crying emoji.
Yes.
Spankies.
Okay, and then smiley face from Lolly. Heather saying there's a spice. Brody Jada threw you under the bus. Yes, it was first, middle, and last. But I try not to do that. Just you should change your name then on Facebook.
You should have wrote it to me because I don't say the names.
You do. No, you have.
The only
100%.
time I do when you're like,
your
say
roommate.
the name.
Your
oh yeah,
roommate.
Chelsea's different because Chelsea will come on here and be like,
we need to get her on here. Actually,
she literally is so proud. She did a post on Facebook when she won the best worst tattoo.
Yeah, 100%.
She was
so
proud.
That bad. It was that bad. She won all of it. She actually. That's why we don't do the show anymore.
Yeah,
the
she's
winner.
Just the winner.
We already had a winner. I thought it was gonna be like a long fucking game, but it's a short game because we found the winner. But okay, so let me ask this question: since this is what keeps you disciplined, and somebody allegedly said spankings. LOL, totally just kidding.
Allegedly.
Oh, it's getting screwed. Let's try this. Dang, I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'll fix it. So
that's why I didn't touch it.
I haven't been lately. It sucks. Okay, but do you guys believe in spanking? I'm gonna ask you.
Do I believe in spanking?
Yes.
in adults or children?
In disciplining, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What are your parameters? Like, if they talk back or if they continue to do something, like, do you have like a guideline of like what
Yeah, I
you'd
don't
say
just
is...
go like straight to spanking. I tell him no. He might have to go in timeout if he's like not listening, and then if timeout's not working, and then he does something like ridiculous, then he gets a spanking.
I think
Gets an ass
I
whooping.
don't think spanking honestly is personally, I wouldn't say it's at all a bad thing. I think it's just like anything, you have to do it when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Or use it when it's hopefully not. have to use
Yeah.
it.
It's like
your
rare
goal is
that
to
I
not
spank
want
it. Yeah.
to do it, of course.
Yeah, because then afterwards I feel like shit. I'm like,
Of course.
"God damn it."
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Let's see here.
But you know, even when I spank Liam, he knows that I love him and like I don't want to do that, because afterwards he literally is like coming and loving on me, and you know,
like puppies will do the same thing. If they do something wrong and you got to swat them on the nose or on the butt and let them see what they've done wrong, you don't have to abuse them.
Yeah,
But they need a signal to disrupt, to go, oh, what I just did is not okay.
Yeah.
You can't just use words.
Yeah.
They don't speak English. I don't think. Mom's on here.
I did.
Do you guys believe in spanking? Mom did. And look at me. I turned out great. Look at Haley. She turned out great. So I definitely believe 100% in it. 100%. Jamie said, yes, in both children and adults, but never in anger. I actually agree. That's actually one of my rules is if I'm mad at you and I want to spank you, if I want to inflict pain, I won't inflict pain. Not on people I love. If I don't want to do it, but I know it's necessary because you're not getting the signal correctly, which I've only had to spank, I believe, my son in his whole life twice.
Yeah.
Isabel, I think one time, I know the exact moment I did it. It's a great story. Maybe I'll tell it. But the moment I spanked, it was the last time I ever had to spank her. I've never spanked her since she was like 4 or 5. Evan was much, younger at the first one. And I think the last one was also somewhere around 4 or 5. And that's it.
Yeah.
Once they get that signal, it's loud and clear. They know that you love me, but you're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure I'm also, taking care of what I need to.
Yeah.
That's a really loud signal kids need. And
I spanked my 11-year-old at his school.
That's awesome. That's great.
He kept testing me, and it was like I felt like he thought he could get away with it because he was at school and nothing was going to happen to him. And I'm like, oh, I don't give a damn who's around. Like, you're my child.
Yeah. And that's a good point right here. My mom is saying, I only spanked my children one time. So it was one long, continuous spanking for our whole adult. It's just one time, she just spun around. But what's crazy is exactly that. The people are afraid of this idea because it sounds like child abuse. But I look at it as it's pretty clear that if you're a parent using this as the last resort and you don't want to actually hurt your kids, you're not doing it for that reason at all. You're doing it out of love because this kid needs to learn this lesson, because it's not like just the kid, messed up on a test. You know, that's abuse. That's totally different as opposed to a kid who made a mistake and they spilt water. That's totally different compared to a kid who has done this thing 10 times in a row. You've told him not to, you've taken every precaution, and then you take his video games away and you do all these things, and then you go home and one day you see him playing his video games and he lied to you about it, and this is like the last result, and he's not getting his other jobs done. Then you have to start thinking, okay, he's not learning. And I wouldn't go in there, he's playing video games, start spanking the shit out of him. I would still think that was abuse. I would go up to him and say, okay, what do we need to do? I would try to follow it through. And once I got to the place where I knew I needed to make sure this kid does not grow up to be an idiot, if this is the last route, I will use it. I sent that signal to him by the time he was 2 to 6 years old. He knows I will do it. So I don't actually have to now. Because he knows I will if I have to. So he just goes, all right, roger that. I'm fucking out. Let's see. Jamie said, never had to spank my daughter. My son, however, I did have to spank him. Yeah, and every kid's gonna be different. You know, I mean, I've never spanked my stepdaughter. She lived with me for almost 9 years, and a little less than 9 years. But I never had to spank her, you know, and it's not just because she wasn't my biological kid. I never felt the need. I didn't think that that's what she needed. She was very receptive to my words. I just didn't need to. I could just look at her and go, how dare you? And she would cry. My son, he's like, it's not a thing. So anyway, so I definitely am not against it. It doesn't sound like most of us are. Well, a lot of people aren't answering, so maybe they don't want to jump in and go, oh, my kid's a little brat and I don't spank him. No shit. Okay, let's go back to the question, what keeps you disciplined? We have somebody on here saying, I want to prove to... Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You know what gets me is when I see people out in public with their kids, and I'm not saying they need to like spank them in public, whatever, but they're just like acting so obnoxious.
Right. absolutely out of control.
And they're not even, they're like, you need to calm down. Like, they're so calm. Like,
hence the reason why they're acting this way.
Yeah. And I'm like,
because it
makes me, I want to be like, Santa's watching you, little asshole. Like,
whisper in their ear.
Yeah.
I know where your parents live.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, the punishment has to fit the crime.
Yeah.
You can't be extreme ends. You know, if they failed on a test, you beat the shit out of them. That's abuse.
Yeah, of course.
If they are hurting somebody physically or mentally or emotionally, and you're being gentle, this is not effective.
Yeah.
You got to know.
Right.
I think most people got that down to some degree, but there's plenty of people who could use some fucking work here for sure. And we can always, all of us can always improve.
Yeah.
Wow, we got a lot on here. Let's see here. What does this say? Go ahead and read that for me.
My children knew I was serious when it was important. I did not wimp out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love you, Mom, but I'm going to throw you under the bus. I love you, and this is how I can prove she loves me. Maybe she didn't wimp out. Maybe you're right about that, but I would get out of spanking by making her laugh. I would get out of getting in trouble by I would pull up my shorts as high as I could, like total wedgie, all the way up to my chest. I'd have my shirt off, it'd be summertime and hot. I'd pull up my shorts up, and I would spread my legs and like jump like a little. What are those lizards that like flare out? Anyway, those things
like
that run.
a bearded dragon.
Yes. I would basically bearded dragon myself and like throw my arms around and jump and bounce around, and I looked like an absolute moron, and my mom would just start laughing.
Oh my God.
She was awesome. And it would make her so much more mad, and she would do both at the same time. Like I've heard people say it's scientifically proven you cannot hold two emotions at the same time. 100%. Yes, you can.
Oh my God.
Yes. And that she's now confirming.
I would try to do that. I would try to lessen the blow.
Right.
So I would try to make it seem like it was worse.
Right.
And then it wasn't. Like one time when I was a senior, I turned 18 and I had moved out. And then my mom's like, you need to come back home and you need to graduate, like just finish school. And she's like, we'll just start fresh. And I had been like ditching school. Me and my friends were partying and stuff. So she was like, I'm going to pick you up at lunch. I was literally ditching that day, like not at school. And I'm like, fuck, I have to get back to school. I had to have one of my friends give me a ride to get back to the other school because I went to two schools because I did ROP. And I'm like, oh shit, I literally sneaking on the campus to pretend that I was there all day for her to pick me up at lunch. And then I didn't have like the balls to tell her right then when we were talking that like I had just ditched school, and we just had this great talk, and I didn't want to ruin it, you know? I didn't want to kill the moment. And so then she dropped me off back at the other school after lunch for ROP. And I'm in class and I text her and I'm like, hey mom, I have to tell you something. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I wasn't in class today. I ditched 1 through 4th period because I had to go to the doctor because I'm pregnant. And she was like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, please tell me you're joking. Oh my God. And I was like, yeah, I had to go to like Planned Parenthood and like I'm serious. And she's like, Haley, are you serious? Why didn't you tell me earlier? And I was like, I'm just joking. I'm not really pregnant, but I did ditch school. But it's not so bad, right? Like,
wow. You're like, you just totally like destroyed her.
Yeah.
And then you brought her back.
Yeah, exactly. Like I brought her, gave her high anxiety, and then I brought her back down. I'm like, see, it's not that bad.
I do that, but the opposite. See, I set the expectations so fucking low for people. I'm like, trust me, I suck. I'm not good. I can't know how to do this. And then like, you're not that bad. And I'm like, see, I win. I fucking like, oh, you're not completely an idiot here. I'm like, see, I win. So we kind of do the same thing, just on different ends. That's there's some intelligence going on in here. Well, this is some Einstein shit, guys. You can learn a lot from us. You can learn a lot from a dummy. I love that my mom just said that. Yes, Joshua, you made me crazy.
I believe that.
Mother, that's how much I know you love me. It's because I know what I did to you. I know what I did to you, and here you are. Spreading the love. Thank you so very much. Rochelle, you are 100%. Mom has the look. Mom has the fucking look. 100%. I would look away. Like, mom's got the look on. I'm looking away. Let's see here. Let's get to this. Jamie said... Jamie, right? That's how we're saying that? Lynn Irish? That's a really cool name.
We missed her last.
Did I?
I think.
So Jamie says, that's when I walked out of the room because at that point I wanted to spank him. And that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I found myself in a position one time with my son where there was something he was getting away with too often that in real life, like, you get fucked up for doing. Like, you don't get to get away with this. So I need to teach him this lesson so that he doesn't walk down this path with people who don't love him.
Yeah.
So for a week, I was so pissed off at him, and like I was hurt actually, like by somebody I loved. I felt betrayed, but he's a kid, so but I did feel betrayed, and I didn't take that out on him. I just ignored him. And I asked my daughter, I was like, what do you think I should do? Like, I want, like, she was, well, do you think you should spank him? I was like, to be honest with you, no, because I want to beat the shit out of him. Like, he's being an asshole.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm not going to do it. So I, refrained from it. And then once I was feeling different, then I engaged with him and talked to him. I usually, out of emotion, never respond to people. And a lot of times that'll drive them crazy, because if you're in an argument and they want that response now, it's like, I'm not going to respond now because I'm really fucking pissed. And I'll wait until I'm calmed down and we can be rational. Yeah. Nothing good is going to come from that, that angry state. So it usually goes away way faster than that, but this particular time it took a little while. Yeah. And we have a way closer relationship now than ever before.
That's good. My kids know if I get quiet, that's like that's it. I'm super fucking mad, Yeah. Kimmy remembers it. She says, it was horrible for us all, Josh. Yes, I was very angry, and I think he got the message loud and clear. Yeah. And like they say, like, my dad never said he was mad at me. He just said he was disappointed. That's kind of that. That's the worst. That's basically what I did. Let's go here. Chantel says, parenting is a delicate ecosystem. You're right, because you absolutely have to have an ecosystem of the disciplinarian, the lover, the giver, and then the fighter, the taker. You need a dynamic situation for these kids to learn these lessons, appropriately, if you will. Look at that matcha. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Did I get it right? Yeah, matcha. She ordered your drink and I'm like, I thought I was on Did like you Jupiter. Remember it? Yeah. Like, what the hell? She's like saying shit. I'm thinking, is this Earth? I swear. He was all, how do you know these things? What the fuck is? How do you guys know these things? It's so fucking weird.
I've asked you to order it like 100 times. I know.
Guys, you recognize?
Yeah. Drink it. Say hello.
What's up, guys?
What
are you guys doing?
What's going on?
Oh, we're frozen.
Did I ruin my feed because I hit it again?
Oh.
Watch, let's do this.
Maybe it'll come back.
I know. Are we frozen on there? You should look on your phone to see.
It looks like we're not on that.
Mom is saying hi, Sam. Ashley's saying hello, Sam.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Ashley.
Let's see. Hopefully we're not. Let's go to this. Oh, no, this thing's. I think we're live. Can you look on your phone real quick? Watch it on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, just to make sure we're not frozen.
I don't have a Facebook.
Oh, they're saying frozen. Can you guys hear us? Let me do something real quick. Can you guys hear us at least? That'll help.
Miss Coots, what's up?
I hope this doesn't ruin the whole thing. Let's try it.
It's because I walked in. I'm leaving.
I know. That puck is frozen. That's funny. Let's do this. Let's go to this. Sorry, guys.
Hear us.
Give me a second.
It is frozen.
Let's see if we're back. And it looks like we're not back. I apologize. Well, you can hear me, but you can't see me. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way for me to reset this. Let's go to this. Let's just see. Hang with us, guys, for just a second. It's moving really, really slowly. I think it's the feed. I wonder what happens if I do this. This might not be good, but we're going to try it. Actually, that won't be good at all. Let's try this again. 1 second, guys. If this doesn't work, we may have to restart the stream, but we'll see if this happens. This actually has not happened yet.
I know.
I think it was because I was hitting things.
Yeah, you got all excited.
I really did.
You were like, yeah.
100% got excited. Okay, let's try a couple of other. That's not it. Let's see, that's not frozen. This is really weird. Hang tight, guys. We're trying to figure out the technical difficulties. I wonder if I reset my... Let's just try this. This might get really weird. You might want to cover your ears. Give us a second. It's going to get weird. Okay, we're going to see if this